We have Zeus here, a draft mix, and he has a corneal ulcer. The lovely people at Urban Livestock, Dr. McKinney, Dr. Rachel McKinney and her wonderful staff has put us on a protocol of treatment for Zeus, and we're on day 5, and it constitutes 3 eye drops and an eye ointment. And these 3 eye drops, we have to do 2 drops 4 times a day. And this is going to be for several weeks or a few weeks, whatever, I forget the duration, but essentially it amounts to hundreds of drops in his eyes. His natural behavior when he's uncomfortable with me working on his eye is going to be to raise his head and to pull away. The trick is to find where that threshold just starts to begin, the beginning of that wrinkle of discomfort, and start shaping new behaviors so that he seeks the resolution to that conflict, that resolution to the dissonance he's feeling, the discomfort, or whatever you want to call it. In this case, it is probably a discomfort to begin with. To seek that in an area that's more beneficial for us, helping him. So instead of head up, in a way, it's going to be head towards us. If he puts his head in this position, that's a much more manageable position for me to put eye drops in than if he's yanking his head up. All right, so let's get the eye drops. We got to get 2 drops on there. And it's going to be right on the eyeball. I'm going to see if I can get that right on the eyeball. Okay, we got to be careful. Right. 1, 2. Good boy. But this is not something that is getting worse with time. It's actually getting better, which is perfect because the more you do something, the better it should get. So if it's ready, 1, 2, right on the eyeball. You might think it's going to get worse with time because he's going to get annoyed. What makes it determine if it's going to get worse or better is the outcome. And actually, just always think of they're always going to get better at something. The more you do it, they're going to get better at it. So if he gets what he wants by avoiding and putting his head up, he's going to get better at that. If you've taught him that this is where he finds his comfort, because when he puts his head in this position, the pressure or the discomfort or the whatever, the dissonance goes away, he will seek this position naturally, instinctively, to get rid. 1, see if I can get that camera to show it. 2, he will instinctively start to put his head in that position in the same way he sought to bring it up. I wish I would have had day 1. He did lift his head up, and it was just something that I had to build in a prerequisite. He needs to be able to do this first. He needs to be able to bring it even more if I ask. And if those aren't built in, you're not setting him up for success in that, of course. But now we have an ointment on my finger that has to go, ideally, on the eyeball. Of course, you could get on the inner eyelid and he would blink his eye and smear it around, but I want to actually see if I can get this right on the eyeball, right there. Now it's on there, and I'm actually going to hold that just a little bit, and look at him give there. He actually brings his head down into the position. Not all the ointment got on there. Let's do that one more time. Right there, good boy. You don't have to hold it on there that long. I'm just doing this for the camera. But you literally see him putting his head in a position that is better for me to help him. And he's doing that. That is a learned behavior in the very same way. The mechanism of learning is the very same mechanism that he learned to bring his head up in avoidance. So anyway, that's the lesson to be learned here, is that behaviors, the mechanisms of shaping and teaching behaviors is the same whether we're doing that intentionally or unintentionally. So many people want to just get the job done. They put the drops in, and as soon as they put the drops in, it causes the head to go up, and that's when the drops go away. And so now they get better at putting their head away every time you approach with eye drops. He sees me coming, and he's like, okay, here's the eye drops. And he's actually finding probably some relief with it. And then an association is made of, oh, this is making me better. It feels good. When that eye ointment gets in there, it's probably less itchy. And overall, his eye is getting, that corneal ulcer is starting to heal. We're only on day 5, and I already see marked improvement. So thank you to Dr. McKinney and the staff at Urban Livestock in Queen Creek. Wonderful crew there and good friends that have helped us take care of the horses. So that's a wrap for Zeus. Only 480 more drops to go. So these behavioral concepts are being covered in our behavioral horsemanship seminars that we're doing monthly. At this point, we're doing them monthly, and now that it's starting to heat up, we are going to transition to evening seminars as weather allows. And our next one is this Saturday, May 17th. And join us to learn more and ask questions, and we love talking to people and meeting new people. But don't underestimate the power of shaping behavior and getting a better connection with your horse and having a real fulfilling outcome. So we'd love to see you. Right, Zeus? Come see us.